Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Porch Cooking. I'm Jason, and today we're going to be showing you how to prepare and smoke some stuffed bell peppers. Stuffed bell peppers are an age-old favorite no matter when they're cooked or how they're prepared. This is a super simple recipe that is easy to put together the day of or even the evening before and put them in the cooker and the smoker the very next day for dinner. But that's enough talking. Let's get to cooking. First, let's talk peppers. When selecting peppers, be sure to get the ones that have the flat bottoms with the four sides on them. They tend to make for a better balancing effect when you put them on the grate in the smoker. If you do use the ones that have the three, or commonly known as the male peppers, make sure you group them together tight. That way they don't fall over while in the smoker and you lose the contents that you have already stuffed inside the smoker. As you can see, I have chosen a variety of different peppers. We have a yellow, a red, a green, and a tricolored aloha pepper. What you want to do with your bell peppers to get these peppers ready to be stuffed is you want to core them. You want to simply cut the tops off and then pull the seeds out and the core out, and then kind of clean it out to where it looks kind of like that nice cavity for all the meat and the stuffing, whatever you're going to choose to put inside these peppers. Once this is done, you can take the tops of the peppers that you've done, you can dice them up, and then to be used as part of the filling. Now, what are we going to stuff these peppers with is what makes this worth eating and enjoying later on today. Today we're going to be using 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of Italian sausage I've already browned off and drained and set off to the side. As we mentioned earlier, we took the leftover bell pepper tops, we sauteed them with some garlic, some diced up mushrooms and parsley, and a little bit of butter of olive oil. That's going to mix with the ground beef and the Italian sausage. And then we also got a cup of cheese that we're going to mix in at the end before we stuff the peppers. That way it kind of melts as it's mixed with all the meat and the peppers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to combine all the ingredients. We're going to put with the ground sausage and the hamburger in there. We're going to get the sauteed peppers, onions, mushrooms, and the garlic in there. We're just going to kind of mix it around to get it all mixed. As you're doing this, feel free to add whatever type of ingredients you want to this. This is just a simple base recipe that I'm throwing together for you guys today for this video. And it's going to turn into a very, very good dinner. These are very filling. I usually eat 1 or 2 of them and I'm full. So, and they go over really well. Now, once we've got it all mixed together, as you can see, we're going to add in the cheese. And we're going to mix that in together. And as you're mixing this, the cheese is going to melt and give it that creamy texture as it smokes. As you can see, it's all mixed together. Let's stuff these peppers. So we've got all of our ingredients mixed together and ready to go inside the peppers. What we're going to do is we're going to take a spoon and we're just going to kind of fill the cavity of these peppers until it's even at the top, like such. Now, as you're stuffing these peppers, when we smoke them, we'll be smoking them at 275 degrees today. It's going to take about an hour, hour and a half. Remember, the ingredients that we're putting in this, the stuffing that we're putting in this, that's already cooked. So we're pretty much wanting to smoke it long enough to kind of get the outside nice and soft. The inside's going to have a little bit of texture into it, but that's okay. And once these start to brown after an hour or so in the smoker, you're going to see it's going to caramelize. It's going to give it a very amazing flavor. At the end of the smoke, about 10 minutes to go, 10, 15 minutes to go, we're going to take them back out. We're going to add some cheese at the top of it, put them back in for the final 10 minutes, and then that way that cheese melts, then we're going to pull them out. Okay, so we've got our peppers pretty well stuffed. As you can see, they look amazing. They smell amazing already. I can't wait to try these here in a little bit. We're going to go out and we're going to heat the smoker up to 275 degrees. Once the smoker is at temp, we're going to add a little bit of pecan wood to kind of give it that smoke flavor, because that's what we're looking for as we smoke these. We're going to smoke them, like I said, at 275 degrees for about an hour to hour and a half. With 10 minutes to go, we're going to add some cheese on top, let that cheese melt.
Okay, so the smoker is up to temp. We've got her smoking at 275. We just added the pecan wood chips in there. Now it's time to put the peppers in. I'm going to let these smoke for about an hour, hour and a half. That way it kind of softens the outside of the pepper and brings all that flavor together. About halfway through, we're going to check on them and see what they look like. So the peppers are now in the smoker. Like I said, we're going to smoke them at 275 for about an hour and a half. Okay, so the pepper's been smoking for about 45 minutes now. I just want to peek in on them and see how they're turning out and how they're looking. So let's take a look. So we've got the smoker closed again. We got about another 30 minutes or so on these. With about 10 minutes on that to add some cheese on top to let them melt. We don't want it'll take that last 30 minutes to get them where we want them to be at. We're looking for them to get slightly brown and to begin to get tender, but the pepper itself should still have some texture. So we got about 10 minutes left. We're going to add the cheese on top of it when they're ready to eat. Color looks amazing on these. I can't wait to try them. All right, so we got about another 10 minutes left to go. We're gonna let the cheese melt. We're gonna pull them out. Okay, so we got about 8 minutes left for the peppers to come back in. The cheese is currently melting. We're gonna do a quick recap while we're waiting for the peppers to finish up. First off, we started off by browning and draining our Italian sausage and our hamburger. We combined those. We used about a pound of each. Next, we sauteed our bell peppers and our mushrooms, onion, garlic, and parsley all together in some olive oil and a little bit of butter to give it that sauteed taste. We drained those and set those off to the side as well. After that, we cored our peppers simply by cutting the tops off of them, which we use in our bell pepper mix. Then pulled the core out with all the seeds and cleaned them up to make that nice cavity that we was going to use to stuff the bell peppers. Next, we combined all the ingredients into the bowl by pouring the hamburger and the Italian sausage and the pepper mix into a bowl. We mixed it all up together. And then after that was all mixed up, we added about a cup of cheese in, mixed that all up that way the cheese was melting during that time. After that, we stuffed each pepper full until it was right at the top. That way it wouldn't bust the pepper, wasn't too full or whatever. And then we got the smoker up to temp about 275. Once it was up to temp, we added a little bit of pecan wood to get that smoke flavor that we were initially looking for when we smoke food. They've been smoking for about an hour and a half. Like I said, it's got about 5-6 minutes left to go. Right before that, we added a little bit of cheese on top to get some melted cheese on top of them. So, okay, we have pulled the peppers off of the smoker. As you can see, they look amazing. They smell amazing. I can't wait to try it. We're going to do that here in a few minutes. That is the best part. But before we get to that, this is what this is what you want to look like. See how they're kind of brown on the outside. Still makes the outside kind of soft, but it's still got a little bit of that texture. That's what we're looking for. And obviously the cheese is melted. They look amazing. So now comes the best part, trying them. That has excellent taste. Very good. You can get that light smoke taste at your. So there you have it, smoked bell peppers. Recipe is going to be in the description down below. Give them a try. Let us know what you think about them. If you like what we're doing, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Be sure to come back for more amazing content as we add more over time. We're going to be doing videos throughout the summer, hopefully throughout the year. See you next time.